Wow.
What's up, Ultimate Power Gaming fans?
What
Jerry
an
Page
game.
just brought the heat to me.
No, there was no heat.
Well, there was heat until you rolled 2 snake eyes.
3 total, actually.
Well, the 2 in a row.
He gets the W. He gets the W. This is our first game. You know, he got the W, and I guess
Counts it, right?
I guess since his square dice did not roll any snake eyes, and my round dice rolled 3 snake eyes in the game.
Now let's be honest though. 2 of them were absolutely game critical. The third one, not so much.
No, that was game critical too. Anyone?
Not really.
Yes, I needed that
Not
unit
really.
gone. Yes, because it needed the
2 in a
units
row.
gone.
Now the 2 in a row. Hold on.
Yeah, the 2 back to back. That
2
was
back to back.
Yeah.
Especially the one that was on the
hurt on
the tribal, the guardian, or the tribal longhorns.
the tribal longhorn. And
That one was crucial because you had 2 units that had gone into him.
Yep.
You had the tree guy,
The tree herder.
tree herder, and then
Drakon Rider Regiment.
was it just a regiment?
Just a regiment. Drakon Rider.
And they laid a beating on me.
Yep.
It was pretty serious.
While later beating on the flank of the Guardian Brutes, that should have been gone because then that, you know, you got the counter charge. But you know what? As I say, it's a game based on dice, and sometimes the dice are with you, sometimes they're not.
In your defense, I was using a spell that isn't normally available.
Well, you know what?
I think this is a good point to bring up.
That spell is nice, actually.
I took a 70-point spell twice.
Yep.
It is Ladies Healing Waters.
Yep.
It has a 12-inch radius. We need some clarification from Mr. Kastner on this one.
Yeah.
Is it line of sight only? Is it radius?
Does it affect the caster?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We didn't affect the caster, but we did a radius without line of sight. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
It was the best 140 points I ever spent.
I agree. You were bringing back boom boom. That was a nice
the Guardian Brutes. You put probably 18 wounds on them shooting the unit that you should have routed.
Yeah.
And that I brought back probably 14.
Well, on the good side, I did waiver you 2 turns in a row with shooting. You know, blah blah. But I was like, yeah, I should be able to get this blah. But you know, the nerve spell, I didn't really get a chance to test it too much because the times when I thought you were gonna charge me with your Guardian Brutes the first time I charged in, but you went past them at something else. That's why when I had the +6, I had the big nerve, like, yeah, come to me. And then my tree man, the tree herder, was such a letdown for me from what I normally do because I had 3 wounds on me the whole game. I could not regen the 3 wounds. So,
I only charged him twice, I think.
Twice, yeah. You did 1 wound, then you did 2 wounds for a total of 3, and then you didn't do any more. But that's what I'm saying. The whole game,
it just wasn't important.
I know, but I mean, for me to do the regen thing. But yeah, this I think the nice thing, which I think people will like about Lady of the Lake and how they're doing the scenario, is basically flyers. When you're contesting objectives, flyers can't contest objectives very well, so that gives a boost to the. Well, like you had your.
Now remember, you only get to play each scenario card 1 time.
Only get to play each scenario card 1 time.
So really, if you're a guy like me with minimal flyers, I had 3 flying units, and I'm going against an army that had a lot.
Yeah.
I think you have 6 in this army.
I believe so. Yes.
This would have been a good time to play it because they are worth 0 as far as it comes to contesting.
Well, no, they're worth 1.
I'm sorry, 1.
Yeah.
So it's easy to basically over-contest them.
Yep.
With even a regiment,
Yep.
a little punk-ass regiment, can over-contest a horde of Drakon Riders, which is more than double their points.
More than double their points. Actually, anything. Yeah, and that's the nice thing about it, I think. The other thing, though, the funny thing, we rolled for the cards because it would have been easy for him to say, well, I'm going to pick this one because this helps me out. But we rolled it, and we rolled the double objective for this double force. Yeah. And so we got the double pillage. Now, there are only 2 cards. There's the pillage one, and there's the loot one, where loot, if you roll double loot, or if you both put down a loot card, it's a total of 6 loot counters. And I imagine if it's based on the loot scenario, they'd be right down the center line. But anybody can pick it up, and I don't think there's really the 1 and the 3. I don't think that matters on that because anybody can move up and pick up the loot counter and move with it. If you have possession of it, I think you would still count.
And I know a couple of the other scenarios you use terrain controlling terrain
Yeah.
as the objective,
Yeah.
So, which is a little different.
Well, but see, that's perfect because
Yes.
you have somebody like me with this fast-moving flying army. If I'm trying to control an objective, like controlling a table half, table quarter, what have you, I would have to put 3 or 4 units in against 1 or 2 of yours. So that's kind of a wasted thing. So I think that works out nicely as far as the balancing for the flyers. And I know you said the one thing where you charged me and I hopped over you and charged the unit in the flank, that disordered thing. Well, we'll see what they end up doing about that.
We'll see.
Rule. And then
You gotta pay a premium cost for flyers.
You do,
and I understand that.
Yeah.
It just I get butthurt when it happens to me.
Well, but and then the one
honest.
thing we have to address, because we need to address this, when we were talking about terrain, we just called out the hills. We didn't say the hills were difficult terrain.
Evidently, Chicago, they don't play them difficult.
Well,
who knew? Who knew?
Never knew because we didn't say it was difficult. It was assumed everywhere in Chicago or every other place where I played because Adepticon, the hills were just hills.
What is?
And there were
Mike
people.
Carter now.
And there
He
were
don't know
people
nothing about running
Well, he's from Ohio, isn't he? He's so yeah. I
Yeah,
guess
but Dayton,
maybe-
we don't count those people.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, so that was because normally we actually should have talked about before we started
Jerry
playing.
cheated me. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
we should have talked about it because we did talk about the
Straight
two
Yeah.
0 level difficult terrain pieces, but I assumed it was some. Never assume anything. So
Jerry, what would you do different in your game?
in my game,
Besides re-roll those 2 ones.
haha, double time. The one thing about this army that is different from how I normally play is I took a tree herder. I didn't like his inability to move. I prefer mobile, fast, sweeping armies, and he was just kind of sitting there stuck in the middle. So I would consider dropping him and putting my Drakon Lord back in, or taking another unit or 2 to replace for his points. That was the overall, yeah, because I was concentrating so much on that nerve thing, I didn't do all the shooting I should have did, and based on how I have this set up, shooting is important to me, so I was only putting like 1 unit shooting on something, 2 units shooting on something, and I'm all about, this is my copyrighted phrase, kill it till it's dead. That's what I say when you shoot something, you shoot it until they need snake eyes or more, less, whatever. And I didn't do that this time because
I think in hindsight for me, that second turn shift you did where you moved so much to your far left scared the ever-loving piss out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good move.
Thank you.
And,
Well,
and I tell you, I looked at that and went, well, I'm screwed.
yeah.
I had too much on the left-hand side of the tower in the middle of my side of the table.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the way that was looking. Now, I happened to get lucky in this case because you
Well,
rolled those double snake eyes.
You know what? I'm not gonna...
But that was
That's why you
a great
said-
move. That was a great counter move.
I
to what
had a
was
great
doing.
thing, but what'd you say about punching in the face? Actually, I'm not gonna say he punched me in the face. I rolled 3 snake eyes. He kicked me in the balls. That's what it. I had a plan. He kicked me in the balls. But yeah, that I saw
I would
that.
have tasseled up more. That would have been the only thing I'd have changed. Is I wouldn't have let that tower on my side of the table split me up.
Well, the reason, based on how we put the objectives, I was surprised you split like that because we had 3 of the objectives on that half of the table, and that's what I was going to go for. I was going to take that out and then make a wall here, have you come to me and try to circle around behind you and keep, keeping the majority of the objectives and taking out your units that could hold them. That was my original plan. Yeah, that's that. I would still basically play this the same way. And if you castled up, I would make a couple of adjustments. But based on how you generally, when I put up, I have a basic battle plan going into it, and I believe in making your basic battle plan and being flexible based on what your opponent does.
Which is true.
Yeah.
And that's what you did in your second turn. And I had to just react to it.
And you did well. You did. It was a good reaction. Very good. Well, thank you for the butt kicking,
Jerry Page.
That was a serious butt kicking. What are you doing tomorrow? I don't know. Tomorrow I will be playing Kyle. We're doing a team.
You doing a Blood in the Sun?
No, we're doing a team game tomorrow, and might be playing a. It might be a 2,000 point game with Kyle tomorrow. Don't know, but
I thought you were doing a Blood in the Sun prep.
We are going to be doing that too, I think.
Okay.
But we're doing a team. It's myself, Kyle, and Martin.
Is it
and
Martin
Rob.
and Rob? Okay.
Yeah, We're doing a team game tomorrow.
Are you guys splitting up Martin and Rob because they ain't good?
I got Martin. It's me and Martin. It's gonna be good versus evil. It's my elves and Martin.
Oh, and he's got dwarves. All right. That's
yeah,
cool.
against I think Kyle's taking his Night Stalkers and
Yeah. His Rob's got Baron Guard.
very much. So it's gonna be.
I'm
good
gonna warn you
to
ahead
see.
of time. Rob's got a all cavalry. Baron
That's
Guard
okay.
list.
It's fine.
It'll be a good counter to yours.
Yeah, we'll see what goes with that.
Jerry, thanks for coming to Ohio, man.
Oh, thanks. I'd like to drive 7+ hours to get my butt handed to me. That's good. We will do this again sometime because I'm a competitive.
we're actually
person.
going to do it end of July.
Well,
You're going to Lady of the Lake, right?
I'm planning on going to Lady of Lake, but I don't know if I'll be playing you at Lady of Lake.
Well, I mean, the final table.
Oh, well, final.
Yeah, I
well,
mean,
that is if you can get by Nick
I-
Williams.
Well, Nick Williams, I'll get him first round.
I'm just saying, based off of some stuff I saw,
Nick Williams first
Nick
round.
may jump on some stuff that I saw you make a couple little moves here.
The only thing
might
Nick will jump on is a cheesecake.
Okay,
That's
well,
it.
Nick, I don't know you, Nick. I'm just saying. Okay.
Well, box of tissue, he might jump on that. I mean, because he's a whiny little lady. But, I mean, I don't...
Okay, well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.